Drew Bailey, thanks for coming in and talking to me today a little bit about your research and our doctoral program. And so maybe a good place to start, Drew, would be to talk about kind of this focus of your recent research on the issue of fade out in math performance tied to educational interventions. Can you help unpack that research a little bit for us?
Sure, yeah, no problem. I don't know, the way I think about it a little bit autobiographically, in grad school and in my postdoc, I was interested in kind of a popular question of, you know, what developmentally, what are the predictors of high or persistently low math achievement, you know, and if you, the farther you can go back, presumably the better. And there's this, like, you know, really robust finding. We found lots and lots of other people have found over and over that you know, the children's early math achievement, or sometimes specific aspects of their mathematical cognition, is the best predictor. You can control for everything else that you have, and you know, socioeconomic status, other things the kid knows, aspects of the kid's context. Their early math achievement seems to be a really good predictor of their much later math achievement. And it was sometime during my postdoc I started to wonder, you know, what are the implications of this for intervention? I think it's kind of sad that I didn't really know nearly enough about the research in which someone had randomly assigned a bunch of kids to either get a math intervention or not, and then follow those kids up many years later. And of course, to the extent that our research was informative about the effects of these interventions, we would predict that there would be pretty big effects, you know, many years later on kids' math achievement from an early math intervention. And when I started to look into this literature, which is, there's a lot of it, and the results look quite different. First of all, it's pretty rare that people get followed for many years after the end of a successful early intervention. But for studies where people get a specific kind of, you know, academic educational intervention, not necessarily like a full year of in a different educational context, but more knowledge in a particular domain, a couple of years later, usually the people who were randomly assigned to get the intervention and the people who weren't, you can't really tell them apart statistically. And that made me wonder, what does all this stuff mean that I learned before, and why wasn't I aware of this intervention research? And you know, can we reconcile these two areas of research?